On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples:
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Architecture.
The art and science of designing and constructing buildings.
Examples:
Architecture design. Classic architecture. The city is known for its impressive architecture and beautiful old buildings.
Architect.
A person whose job is to design plans to be used in making something, such as buildings.
Examples:
Landscape architect. Architect of the Peace Accord. The building architect tried to build the house above the tree.
Justify.
To provide a valid or reasonable explanation, reasoning, or evidence in support of a belief, action, or decision. To defend or vindicate something as right or valid.
Examples:
Justify my beliefs. Justify your decision. The lawyer tried to justify his client's actions by presenting evidence of their difficult upbringing.
Arguably.
Used when expressing an opinion or idea that you believe can be proven true.
Examples:
She is arguably the best singer. Arguably the greatest discovery. He is arguably regarded as the finest actor of his generation.
Roughly.
Approximately, but not precisely, with a violent manner.
Examples:
Roughly explain my idea. Roughly speaking. 5 miles is roughly similar to 8 kilometers.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position. A public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples:
Debate topic. Debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Proportion.
A part, share, or amount of something considered in comparative relation to a whole.
Examples:
Direct proportion. A building of vast proportions. He is more concerned about the proportion of his body fat than usual because of an upcoming bodybuilding competition.
Decimal.
Based on or counted in the number 10.
Examples:
Decimal system. An infinite decimal. The decimal point separates the whole number from the fractional part.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
the invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Dimension:
a measurable extent of a particular kind, such as width, height, or length.
Examples:
new dimension. The crosswise dimension. Overall dimensions are approximately 400 by 200 millimeters.
Fraction:
a small part or item forming a piece of a whole, the quotient of two rational numbers.
Examples:
a fractional share of the vote. A numerator in a fraction. He spent only a fraction of his earnings.
Facade:
the face or front of a building, especially a large one, superficial or false appearance intended to conceal something unpleasant.
Examples:
the outside facade of a castle. Facade of wealth. A gentle facade concealed his powerfulness.
Structural:
associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Dais:
a raised platform or stage, often adorned with a throne or lectern, where important people sit or stand during formal events or speeches.
Examples:
step onto the dais. Elevated dais. The CEO stood on the dais to present the company's quarterly report.
Element:
a fundamental or essential part of something.
Examples:
new design elements. Non-metallic elements. Natural selection is an essential element in Darwin's theory of evolution.
Subdivision:
a smaller part of something that is divided into such parts.
Examples:
an administrative subdivision. Subdivision of cells. The city is divided into several smaller subdivisions.
Calculus:
a branch of mathematics that deals with rates of change and limits, the accumulation of hard mineral deposits that can form in organs or ducts in the body, such as kidney stones or gallstones.
Examples:
calculus equations. Calculus disease. I needed help understanding the advanced calculus course material.
Digital:
processing or storing information as a succession of 1 and 0 to show that a signal is present or missing, relating to the use of computer technology, especially the Internet.
Examples:
a digital watch. Digital electronic signature. Sensors convert physical phenomena into digital signals. Something that is inferred or indirectly stated, the act or fact of being involved in something.
Examples:
The implication in a crime. The implication of a word. His poem has a very significant implication.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Gothic.
Of or relating to a style of architecture and art characterized by pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and flying buttresses, popular in Europe in the 12th to 16th centuries.
Examples:
A Gothic cathedral. Gothic novel. The Gothic architecture of the cathedral was awe-inspiring.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Vault.
A large room or chamber used for storage, often for valuables such as money, documents, or artwork. Verb, to leap or jump over something, to move quickly or suddenly.
Examples:
Vault door. Vault from 5 to 50%. The government vault contains top-secret documents and classified information that only a few individuals can access.
Articulate.
To express oneself clearly and effectively in spoken or written language.
Examples:
Articulate his position. Eloquently articulate. She was able to articulate her argument in the debate clearly.
Expression.
The act of conveying thoughts, feelings, or ideas using words, facial expressions, body language, or art, a look or gesture that conveys a particular emotion or mood.
Examples:
Artistic expression. Expression of interest. His facial expression showed a mix of surprise and confusion.
Optimize.
To make the best or most effective use of something.
Examples:
Optimize a process. Optimize control for cooling. The essence of economics is to optimize the allocation of limited resources.
Curvature.
The degree to which a line or surface deviates from being straight or flat, a measure of the amount of bending of a curve.
Examples:
The degree of curvature. Spinal curvature. The curvature of the Earth can be seen from space.
Parabola.
A symmetrical curve formed by the intersection of a cone with a plane parallel to its side. Of mathematics, a curve described by a quadratic equation, a type of polynomial equation of the second degree denoted as x (2 plus bx plus c equals 0,
Examples:
parabola shape, parabola equation. The trajectory of the cannonball followed a parabola in the air.
Chain.
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples:
chain reaction, supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
Translate.
To convert or change words into another language.
Examples:
translate a document into English. Translate the emotion to a movement. Translate the text from Italian into English.
Arch.
A curved structure with two supports that holds the weight of something above it, such as a bridge or the upper part of a building.
Examples:
the arch of a person's foot. An arch-shaped stone structure. The arch bears the weight of the overhead bridge.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
the structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Determinant.
A factor, circumstance, or condition that contributes to the shaping, influencing, or determining of a particular outcome or result.
Examples:
environmental determinant. A determinant of crop yields. One determinant of success is having a positive attitude and a strong work ethic.
Foam.
A mass of small air bubbles formed on the surface of a liquid, a substance that forms a lather when mixed with water.
Examples:
the foam on a beer. Plastics foam material. The waves crashed against the rocks, creating white foam.
Bubble.
A thin, round, and often transparent mass of gas that is surrounded by a thin layer of liquid, a state of economic or social prosperity that is unsustainable and eventually collapses.
Examples:
bubble in the champagne glass. Economic bubble. Many people worry that the current real estate market is a bubble that could burst soon.
Diagram.
A simplified illustration of the appearance, structure, or workings of something.
Examples:
3D diagram. In a diagram. He is drawing a diagram illustrating how the equipment operates.
Generate.
To produce or create something, to make offspring by reproduction.
Examples:
generate more electricity. Generate $100 a month. The economic stimulation program would generate a lot of new jobs.
Concert.
A musical performance given in public by one or more players or singers.
Examples:
Have a concert again. A benefit concert. This artist always packs the concert halls.
Norman.
Relating to or characteristic of the Normans, a people who originally came from Normandy, France, and who had a significant impact on the history and culture of Britain and other European countries. The term can also refer to a style of architecture or art that developed during the Norman period.
Examples:
Norman Cathedral. Norman invasion. The Norman architecture in the Old City was a sight to behold.
Foster.
To promote a growth, to take care of another person's child, usually for a limited time, without becoming their legal parents.
Examples:
Foster a better relationship. Foster 2 kids. The pastor contributed to fostering the sense of a community embracing all classes.
Thermal.
Relating to heat or temperature, designed for or capable of producing or maintaining heat.
Examples:
Thermal insulation. Thermal energy. The thermal imaging camera was used to detect heat signatures in the dark.
Transfer.
To move, pass, or change from one person, place, or situation to another.
Examples:
Transfer a file. Transfer power. She transferred the money from her savings account to her checking account.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Generic.
Not specific, not linked to a particular brand or product.
Examples:
A generic product. Generic version. The generic aspirin brand was just as effective as the name brand, but much cheaper.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Evolution.
A gradual process of transformation of living things.
Examples:
Human evolution. Evolution theory. They study the evolution of the universe.
Hero.
A person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities, a character in literature or history who is central to the plot and who exhibits heroic qualities.
Examples:
Local hero. Unsung hero. The soldier who sacrificed his life for his country is considered a national hero.
Teratology.
The study of abnormalities or deviations from the normal development of organisms, particularly in the field of embryology.
Examples:
Teratology conferences. Teratology research. The university offers an advanced course in teratology for students keen on understanding developmental abnormalities.
Monstrosity.
A thing that is very ugly, shocking, or offensive, something so large or complex that it seems difficult to understand or control.
Examples:
Monstrosity of war. Monstrosity of nature. The creature's monstrosity in the horror movie shocked the audience.
Mutation.
The way in which genes of a person, plant, animal, or other organism change and produce permanent differences.
Examples:
Mutation of DNA. Hereditary mutation. Radiation often promotes genetic mutations in plants and animals.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Exception.
Something that is not included in a general rule or pattern, a person or thing that is excluded or stands apart from others.
Examples:
Make an exception. Without exception. She was the exception to the rule, as she managed to graduate college in only 2 years.
Thumb.
The short, thick digit of the hand next to the index finger. Verb, to travel by getting free rides from motorists.
Examples:
Thumb wrestling. Thumb a ride. He used his right thumb to press the button on his phone.
Symmetry.
Balance or proportion in design or structure, with elements arranged evenly on either side of an axis.
Examples:
Bilateral symmetry. Axial symmetry. The building had a symmetry pattern that was pleasing to the eye.
Opposable.
Able to be placed opposite something else, especially to grip or hold it.
Examples:
Opposable claw. Opposable fingers. His opposable thumb allowed him to grasp objects with great precision.
Revert.
To return to a previous state or condition, to reply.
Examples:
Revert to a heavy smoker. Revert to the original subject. After trying the new software, I reverted to the old version.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She's the president of a large international organization.
Absence.
The fact or condition of being away from a place where they are typically anticipated to be.
Examples:
Absence from work. A leave of absence. Another critical factor of child poverty is the father's absence.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Combination.
A collection of things that have been combined, an assemblage of separate parts or qualities.
Examples:
Genic combinations. Combination number. The combination to the safe was a secret.
Literally.
In the real or original meaning of a word or phrase, in a literal sense or way, not figuratively.
Examples:
Translate literally. Bite his tongue literally. He literally jumped out of his chair when he heard the news.
Branch.
A division of a tree or woody shrub that grows out from the trunk or a main stem, a division of some larger or more complex organization.
Examples:
Branch office. A branch pipe. The branch of the tree had fallen and blocked the road.
Architectural.
Of or relating to the design and construction of buildings and other structures and the features and style of such structures.
Examples:
Study architectural engineering. Beautiful architectural landmarks. The architectural style of the building was a mix of modern and traditional.
Medium.
Of a size, amount, or level that is average or intermediate. Noun, a means or instrumentality for storing or communicating information.
Examples:
Medium color. An advertising medium. The medium-sized shirt fits him perfectly.
Integrate.
To combine one thing with another so that they form a whole or work together. To accept equal participation for members of all races and ethnic groups.
Examples.
Integrate into the existing system. Integrate both businesses. He found that it is difficult to integrate socially.
Discreet.
Characterized by the ability to keep secrets or maintain confidentiality, showing prudence, tact, or reserve in behavior or speech, not likely to draw attention or cause offense.
Examples.
Discreet manner. Discreet conversation. He was discreet with the sensitive information he had been entrusted with.
Assembly.
A group of people who have been elected, especially one that meets regularly and makes decisions or laws for a specific region or country.
Examples.
Assembly line. Assembly hall. This company's assembly plant is an enormous facility.
Organ.
A part of the body of an animal or plant that has a particular purpose and performs a specific job.
Examples.
Organ bleeding. Damage to internal organs. These infections have the potential to impact practically every organ system.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples.
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Verify.
To check that something exists or is true, or to prove that something is correct.
Examples.
Verify a document. Verify identity. We always verify all critical information independently.
Slightly.
In a small degree or extent, a little.
Examples.
Increase slightly. Slightly alkaline soils. He moved his body slightly to the left.
Sight.
The ability to see anything that is seen.
Examples.
An unexpected sight. Dull sight. Many famous sights are within walking distance.
Ceiling.
A room's top interior surface.
Examples.
Ceiling board. Ceiling light. There was a crack in the ceiling that I found.
Grid.
A pattern of regularly spaced horizontal and vertical lines, a system of high-tension cables by which electrical power is distributed throughout a region.
Examples.
A grid design. A wire grid. Grid pattern roads often appear in urban areas.
Modular.
Consisting of distinct or separable parts or units that can be joined together and form a complete whole.
Examples:
Build a modular system. Modular furniture. Computers have a modular structure, making it easy to upgrade essential functions.
Moving.
Causing strong emotions or feelings, especially sadness or sympathy.
Examples:
Moving experience. Moving ceremony. His moving speech about his struggles with addiction brought tears to the audience's eyes.
Infinitesimal.
Extremely small or tiny, almost negligible in size or quantity.
Examples:
Infinitesimal variation. Infinitesimal change. The scientist used an infinitesimal amount of the compound in their experiment.
Manufacture.
To make goods in large numbers, usually in a factory using machines.
Examples:
Manufacture an enzyme. Manufacture a product. The majority of synthetic vitamins are manufactured from oil.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Curve.
A bend or angle in a line or surface that deviates from a straight or flat path, a gradual or smooth change in direction or shape.
Examples:
Learning curve. Yield curve. The curve in the road was so sharp that I had to slow down to navigate it safely.
Straight.
Extending or moving in one direction without bending or curving, having no deviations.
Examples:
A straight line. Straight for 2 months. He was sick for 5 straight days.
Inflection.
A change in the pitch or tone of one's voice, a change in the form of a word to indicate tense, mood, gender, or other grammatical categories.
Examples:
Inflection in voice. Inflection pattern. The linguist studied the inflection of the language's inflection in speech.
Vocabulary.
The words used by a language, group, or individual, the knowledge and understanding of words and their meanings that a person possesses.
Examples:
Vocabulary list. Academic vocabulary. Using proper vocabulary is essential for writing a good essay.
Pervade.
To spread throughout something, to permeate.
Examples:
Pervade society. Pervade an atmosphere. The smell of baking bread pervaded the kitchen.
Automobile.
A road vehicle that has four wheels and is powered by an engine, used for transporting people or goods.
Examples:
Driverless automobile. Automobile insurance. The automobile industry is a major contributor to air pollution in cities.
Affected.
Influenced, feeling or showing emotion, especially exaggerated emotion, not natural or sincere.
Examples:
Affected way of walking. The affected part. Her affected accent made it difficult to take her seriously.
Intricacy.
The quality of being complex, detailed, or highly involved, the existence of many interrelated parts or elements.
Examples:
The intricacy of the design. Legal intricacy. The clockwork mechanism of the antique watch showed incredible intricacy.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Continuous.
Occurring or existing without a pause or interruption.
Examples:
Continuous improvement. A continuous row of warehouses. The heavy snow has been continuous since last morning.
Church.
A building or institution dedicated to religious worship or activities, a Christian religious organization or denomination.
Examples:
Church bell. Small church. The church on the corner is hosting a free community meal tonight.
Repetition.
The act of doing or saying something many times.
Examples:
Repetition of the word. Habitual repetition. Repetition is the mother of all learning.
Unique.
Being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else.
Examples:
A unique teacher. Unique design. The painting is unique, and there is no other like it.
Distance.
The amount of space between 2 points, measured in units such as miles, meters, or kilometers, the extent, scope, or range between two things, such as distance or emotional distance.
Examples:
Driving distance. Social distance. The marathon runner covered a long distance in a short amount of time.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Definition.
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples.
A precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Dynamic.
Having a lot of energy, ideas, and enthusiasm and a strong personality, of or relating to dynamics, equals the branch of physics and engineering concerned with the forces that cause motions of bodies.
Examples.
A dynamic market. Dynamic person. The sprinter has a dynamic way of running.
Vector.
A quantity that has both magnitude and direction, often used in mathematics, physics, and engineering to describe forces, velocities, or other physical phenomena, any agent, person or animal, or microorganism, that carries and transmits a disease.
Examples.
Disease vector. A vector operation. The mosquito is a common vector for many diseases, including malaria and Zika.
Volume.
The amount of space occupied by an object or substance, the magnitude of sound.
Examples.
Volume of work. High volume. This container has a volume of 10 cubic meters.
Vista.
A pleasing or expansive view, most often of a landscape or a cityscape, a broad and extensive view or outlook.
Examples.
Vista point. Unobstructed vista. The hike to the top of the mountain offered a breathtaking vista of the surrounding valley.
Visual.
Relating to seeing or sight.
Examples.
Visual navigation. Field of visual arts. The building makes a remarkable visual impact.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples.
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Altar.
A raised platform or table used for religious ceremonies, sacrifices, or offerings.
Examples.
Altar candlestick. High altar. The sacred altar was decorated with beautiful flowers for the wedding ceremony.
Trait.
A particular feature of your nature.
Examples.
Chemical trait. Personality traits. Multiple genes may influence behavioral traits concurrently.
Invisible.
Impossible or nearly impossible to see.
Examples.
An invisible asset. Invisible stars. The phenomenon is invisible at optical wavelengths.
Directional.
Relating to or indicating orientation, having a certain course, related to the management or control of an organization in a particular direction.
Examples:
directional antenna, directional sound. The airplane's new directional radar system allowed for safer and more efficient travel.
Rocket.
A large tube-shaped object that moves very first by a stream of gases let out behind it, used for space travel or as a weapon.
Examples:
rocket attack against the enemy, rocket fuel. The rocket launch platform is visible from this hill.
Sacred.
Connected with religion or religious purposes, worthy of respect or dedication because of a connection with a god.
Examples:
sacred music, the halo of a sacred image. This space is a private office sacred to the president.
Incorporate.
To include something as a part of a larger entity.
Examples:
incorporate the current trends. Incorporate technology into daily life. We will attempt to incorporate some of your suggestions into our future strategy.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
a perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Interior.
The inside or inner part of something, the space within the walls of a building.
Examples:
interior decoration. Plenty of interior space. The painter focused on the moody interiors of abandoned buildings in his work.
Orientation.
A person's basic attitudes, beliefs, and preferences about particular things, a course introducing a new situation or environment.
Examples:
sexual orientation. The school orientation. There will be an orientation lecture for new students this afternoon.
Apartment.
A self-contained living unit within a larger building or complex, typically consisting of one or more rooms or an open space used for living, cooking, and sleeping.
Examples:
rented apartment. Furnished apartment. I am seeking a spacious apartment with a balcony and a parking spot.
Differentiate.
To recognize or establish as being distinct, to distinguish between things that are compared, to calculate a derivative.
Examples:
differentiate between fact and fiction. Differentiate a function. The teacher asked the students to differentiate between the two similar species of birds.
Escalator.
A moving staircase or conveyor device that carries people between floors or levels of a building or structure.
Examples:
Escalator ride. Escalator malfunction. Please be careful getting on and off the escalator.
Elevator.
A mechanical device used for vertical transportation, typically in multi-story buildings, consisting of a compartmentalized platform that moves between floors.
Examples:
Elevator ride. Modern elevator. The hotel's elevator was out of order, so we had to take the stairs to our room on the 5th floor.
Circulate.
To move continuously or freely around a place or closed system.
Examples:
Circulate a rumor. Circulate an agenda before the meeting. The fan circulates the air in the room quickly.
Truss.
To support, brace, or strengthen a structure or object with a framework, typically made of wood or metal. To bind or tie something together, usually tightly. Noun, a framework or structure composed of beams, bars, or other elements that are designed to support or strengthen a roof, bridge, or other construction.
Examples:
Truss a chicken. Bridge truss. The construction workers had to truss up the beams to support the weight of the building.
Diagonal.
At an angle or slant. Noun, a line that runs across a surface or figure at an angle.
Examples:
Diagonal pattern. Place at a diagonal. The diagonal cut of the skirt added movement and flair to the outfit.
Software.
A set of computer programs and associated documentation and data for doing particular computational jobs.
Examples:
Software architect. Copyrighted software. The company specializes in both hardware and software.
Chunk.
A thick and solid mass or piece of something.
Examples:
A chunk of money. A tiny chunk of meat. The new startup company carved out a large chunk of the market within a year.
Distribute.
To give something to a large number of individuals, or to spread or furnish something.
Examples:
Distribute wealth evenly. Distribute video content. His estate was distributed to his sons.
Calculation.
The act or process of using numbers to judge an amount of something.
Examples:
Make a calculation. Calculation of loss and gain. The error in the calculation was attributable to rounding.
Steel.
A strong metal alloy made up of iron with typically a few tenths of a % of carbon used for making things that need a strong structure.
Examples:
Magnetic steel. Steel beam. This bridge is the third largest steel bridge in the world.
Harmonic.
Relating to the production of sound waves with a frequency that is an integral multiple of the frequency of the original wave, having a pleasing, or agreeable sound.
Examples:
Harmonic oscillator. A natural harmonic quality. The violin's sound was so pure and harmonic that it gave me chills.
Synthesize.
To combine a substance to make a more complex product or compound.
Examples:
Synthesize molecules. Synthesize information. The spider has the ability to synthesize multiple different silk proteins.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Firm.
Resolute or unwavering in decision-making or action, strong or secure in structure, make or composition, reliable, trustworthy, or dependable. Noun, a business or company.
Examples:
Firm grip. Accounting firm. The firm deadline for submitting the project is tomorrow, so we need to work efficiently to finish on time.
Where.
Goods or merchandise that are offered for sale, typically referring to items that are produced in large quantities, such as kitchenware, software, and hardware.
Examples:
Ware store. Bamboo ware. The store sells a wide range of porcelain ware, including plates, bowls, and mugs.
Synthetic.
Made by combining chemical substances as opposed to being naturally occurring.
Examples:
Synthetic fiber. Synthetic fertilizer. Synthetic diamonds play an essential role as machine tool blades.
Celebrate.
To acknowledge a memorable or good day or event with a social gathering or enjoyable activity.
Examples:
Celebrate his election. Celebrate Christmas. He celebrated the 10th anniversary of his tenure.
Distinct.
Noticeable from something else of a similar type.
Examples:
Distinct difference. Distinct from each other. It is essential to keep these two issues distinct.
Identity.
The fact of being who or what somebody or something is, the features, emotions, or ideas that distinguish persons from one another.
Examples:
Mistaken identity. Identity as an individual. The terrorist's identity remains unknown.
Coherent.
Logical and consistent, Noun, the quality of being clear and easy to understand.
Examples:
A coherent explanation. Create a coherent system. His writing was well structured and coherent.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll. Rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Opt.
To make a choice from a range of possibilities.
Examples:
Opt out of society. Opt for a traditional wedding. I decided to opt for premature retirement.
Exacerbate.
To make a situation, problem, or feeling worse.
Examples:
Exacerbate the situation. Exacerbate symptoms. The heat wave exacerbated the drought conditions.
Incredibly.
In a way that is very difficult to believe, exceedingly, or extremely.
Examples:
Incredibly cheerful character. Get incredibly insecure. Several cities are experiencing incredibly high unemployment rates.
Explode.
To burst or break open violently and noisily, to cause something to burst or break open.
Examples:
Explode in anger. Explode in popularity. The old building exploded in a fiery inferno.
Titanic.
Of or having a great size, power, or influence, of or relating to titanium, equals a light, strong gray, lustrous, corrosion-resistant metallic element.
Examples:
Titanic battle. Titanic compound. The Titanic ship sank on its maiden voyage.
Aerospace.
Pertaining to the design, engineering, science, and technology related to the Earth's atmosphere and the exploration or use of space beyond it.
Examples:
Aerospace engineering. Aerospace and defense industry. NASA is an aerospace organization that explores space and improves aviation technology.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Graphite.
A soft, black, lustrous form of carbon that is conductive and used as a lubricant and in pencils and electrodes in electrical devices.
Examples:
Graphite pencil. Graphite mine. The graphite in the brake pads helps to reduce friction during braking.
Mold.
A hollow container used to give shape to liquid or soft substance, which then becomes solid in the same shape as the container, a soft, green, or gray growth that forms on stale food or objects exposed to warm, moist air for too long.
Examples:
A casting mold. Mold allergy. Mushrooms and mold are fungi.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Gentle.
Having or showing a kindly or tender nature, soft and mild.
Examples:
In a gentle voice. Gentle downward slope. Her gentle manner relaxed everyone there.
Inflate.
To fill something with air or gas so that it becomes bigger and rounder.
Examples:
Inflate a tire. Inflate expense reports. She inflated the balloons for the party.
Swap.
To give something and receive something in trade.
Examples:
Swap seats. Swap columns with rows. Don't swap horses while crossing a stream.
Recombine.
To combine or put together again or differently, to cause genetic recombination, equals the process by which genetic material is broken and joined to other genetic material.
Examples:
Recombine at the surface. Ability to recombine. Some scientists argue that the genes in food should not be artificially recombined.
Ergonomic.
Relating to or designed for efficiency and comfort in the working environment.
Examples:
Ergonomic design. Ergonomic keyboard. The ergonomic desk allows for better posture and comfort while working.
Incredible.
Unbelievable, extremely large.
Examples:
Incredible amount. At incredible speed. Her response revealed incredible idiocy.
Variation.
The act or state of changing, a difference or change in the way something is done, made, or said.
Examples:
Variation of temperature. Gene variation. There is a lot of variation in the colors of flowers in the garden.
Teapot.
A small, usually handleless pot with a spout used for boiling or brewing tea. It often has a lid to prevent heat loss during steeping and is typically made of ceramic or metal.
Examples:
Antique teapot. Porcelain teapot. The ceramic teapot shattered on the kitchen floor when I accidentally dropped it.
Tray.
A shallow, flat container or surface for holding or carrying objects, often with raised edges or handles.
Examples:
Serving tray. Tray for drinks. She placed the dishes on the tray and carried them to the table.
Coherence.
The quality of being logical and consistent.
Examples:
Coherence in a speech. Lack coherence. The story's coherence could have been better when the author included too many unrelated details.
Organic.
Pertaining to or derived from biological substance, producing plants and animals for food and other items without the use of synthetic chemicals.
Examples:
Organic soils. Eat organic food. Kidney is an organic component of the body.
Holistic.
Relating to or dealing with the whole of something rather than just its parts.
Examples:
Holistic education. Develop a holistic vision. The holistic approach to healthcare considers the person's physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
Monument.
A statue, building, or other structure erected to commemorate a person or event.
Examples:
Humanities monument. Monument honoring. The stone monument was built to commemorate the war heroes.
Realm.
A domain of activity, interest, or knowledge.
Examples:
Public realm. Beyond the realm of possibility. Her passions are in the realm of real-world political affairs.
Signature.
A person's name, often handwritten, written in a distinctive way as a form of identification or authorization, a distinctive feature or characteristic that is a hallmark or identifying mark of something or someone.
Examples:
Signature dish. Artist's signature. The lawyer confirmed that the signature on the contract was genuine.
Skyscraper.
A very tall building, typically one in a city.
Examples:
Skyscraper apartment house. Steel-framed skyscraper. The 50-floor skyscraper loomed over the city, dwarfing the other buildings.
Maintain.
To continue to uphold or sustain, to keep in a particular state or condition, to assert or declare something to be true.
Examples:
Maintain order. Maintain good health. I need to maintain my car regularly to prevent any major mechanical issues.
Tropical.
Originating in, located in, or characteristic of the tropics.
Examples:
Tropical cyclones. Tropical islands. Tropical storm Marco is making his way along the coast of Florida.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Texture.
The feel or appearance of a surface or substance.
Examples:
The texture of the skin. The texture of octopus. We could sense the silk's lovely texture.
Decoration.
The act of adding something that is intended to make something more attractive, an award or honor that is given to someone in recognition of their achievements.
Examples:
Colorful decorations. Chocolate decorations for cakes. The room was filled with beautiful decorations for the wedding reception.
Intricately.
In a manner that involves a lot of detailed and complex arrangement or planning, with many interconnected parts or components.
Examples:
Intricately woven. Intricately decorated. The watch was intricately designed, with many small moving parts.
Indicate.
To show, point out, or make known something, often through a sign or a symbol, to suggest or imply something without stating it directly.
Examples:
Indicate a preference. Indicate an error. The data indicates that the company's profits have steadily increased over the past quarter.
Fused.
Joined together or combined into one, blended or integrated in a way that creates a new entity.
Examples:
Fused glass. Fused bones. The fused wires in the electrical circuit caused a power outage.
Gradient.
The degree or rate of incline or decline along a physical or abstract line, a gradual progression.
Examples:
Gradient descent. Economic gradient. The road's gradient was steep, making it challenging for cyclists.
Continuity.
The state or quality of being continuous, uninterrupted, or consistent, the maintenance of a connection, sequence, or pattern.
Examples:
Continuity plan. Continuity of service. The sudden departure of the team leader disrupted the project's continuity.
Exhibition.
A public event or display of works of art, scientific or industrial objects, or other items of interest, usually held in a museum or art gallery.
Examples:
A personal exhibition. Exhibition opening. The art museum is hosting an exhibition of contemporary paintings next month.
Mass.
A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together.
Examples:
A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent.
Tower.
A structure that is exceptionally high in proportion to its width and either forms part of a building or stands alone.
Examples:
A bell tower. The tower on a cliff. She is a tower of strength for our team in trouble.
Monolith.
A large, single upright block of stone, especially one shaped into a pillar or monument, something that is very large, solid, and uniform in shape or appearance.
Examples:
Metal monolith. Towering monolith. The art exhibit featured a massive monolith sculpture made entirely of recycled materials.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Envelope.
To surround and cover completely, to encase.
Examples:
Envelop the whole world. Envelop her in a bear hug. The fog enveloped the city, making it difficult to see.
Fin.
A thin flat part on the body of a fish or other aquatic animal used for propulsion or balance.
Examples:
Back fin. A fin of a plane. The shark's powerful fins allowed it to swim at high speeds.
Approaching.
Drawing nearer in time or space, coming close to someone or something.
Examples:
Approaching deadline. Approaching retirement. The approaching storm clouds filled the sky with ominous darkness.
Large scale.
Involving many people or things, and involving a lot of change or activity.
Examples:
Large-scale project. Large-scale agriculture. The company is planning to make a large-scale expansion of its factory.
Cathedral.
The main Christian church of a bishop's diocese, which is often the largest and most important church in the area.
Examples:
Cathedral school. Cathedral choir. The cathedral's stained glass windows depicted scenes from the Bible.
Footprint.
A mark of a foot, shoe, or animal's foot left on a surface.
Examples:
Footprints in the snow. The footprints of an earlier civilization. We choose transportation that has a smaller carbon footprint.
Numerous.
Amounting to a large indefinite number.
Examples:
Numerous countries. As numerous as the sand. These descriptions are based on a number of numerous assumptions.
Typology.
The study or classification of types or patterns, particularly in terms of objects, concepts, or characteristics, a system or method of categorizing or organizing things into specific types or groups based on shared traits or attributes.
Examples:
Typology study. Psychological typology. The linguist studied the typology of languages across different regions.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Monolithic.
Characterized by massiveness, rigidity, and uniformity.
Examples:
Monolithic block. Monolithic system. Big technology companies try to integrate customers' data into monolithic applications.
Proposal.
A formal suggestion or offer, sometimes a written one.
Examples:
An innovative proposal. Details of his proposal. Our skeleton outline of the proposal met with much opposition.
Headquarter.
The central office or location from which a business or organization is managed.
Examples:
Administrative headquarter. An emergency headquarter. The company decided to move its headquarters to New York City.
Sphere.
A round object or geometric shape that is three-dimensional and symmetrical around a central point, a particular aspect or scope of life or activity.
Examples:
Sphere of influence. Business sphere. The sphere of the Earth is divided into several layers, including the crust, mantle, and core.
Fusion.
The process of combining two or more things to form a single entity.
Examples:
Heat fusion. Fusion cuisine. Nuclear fusion is a process in which atomic nuclei combine to form heavier nuclei.
Fabricate.
To make something, especially by assembling parts or constructing it from raw materials. To invent and present something false as true or real to deceive someone.
Examples:
Fabricate a chemical. Fabricate an excuse. The detective discovered that the witness had fabricated her story about the crime.
Replace.
To take the place of something.
Examples:
Replace one word with another. Replace a phone. Eventually, the new design will replace all older models.
Laser.
A device that emits powerful and narrow light that can be used as a tool to cut metal through a process of optical amplification.
Examples:
Laser printer. Pulse laser. The company holds patents on core components of laser jet printers.
Intervene.
To intentionally get involved in a situation to improve it or prevent it from getting worse.
Examples:
Intervene in a dispute. Intervene between quarreling parties. Following international law, our country does not intervene in the internal affairs of our neighbors.
Decorative.
Serving to make something look more attractive or pretty, embellishing.
Examples:
Decorative art. Decorative design. The decorative tiles on the wall added a colorful and unique touch to the room.
Installation.
The act or process of fixing furniture, a machine, or a piece of equipment into position so that it can be used. The act or process of putting into an office or a position.
Examples:
Installation fee. A medical installation. The Queen attested the installation of state ministers to their portfolios.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Spatial.
Of or relating space and the position, area, and size of things.
Examples:
Spatial ability. Spatial distribution. He carefully determined the spatial relations of every piece of the stage set.
Vacuum.
A space empty of matter, a device or tool used for cleaning or removing debris by creating suction.
Examples:
Vacuum cleaner. Vacuum packing. Please use the vacuum to clean up the mess on the floor.
Fiber.
Thread or filament used to make a vegetable tissue, mineral material, or textile.
Examples:
Carbon fiber. Synthetic fiber. We must consume dietary fiber to maintain good health.
Linear.
Of, relating to, or consisting of lines or length, able to be expressed as a straight line, especially on a graph.
Examples:
Linear trend. A linear equation. People tend to make linear predictions.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples.
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Beam.
A long, sturdy piece of timber, metal, or other material used to support a structure or span a distance, a ray or stream of light emitted by a source.
Examples.
Beam of light. A structural beam of a building. The sun's beam shone through the window and illuminated the room.
Column.
One of the vertical blocks that split content on a page or screen from top to bottom, an upright pillar that often supports an arch, entablature, or other structure or stands alone as a monument.
Examples.
The spinal column. A column of water. The newspaper devoted several columns to the affair.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples.
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Efficient.
Performing at the highest level of productivity with the least wasted effort or resources, capable of achieving maximum output with minimum wasted effort, time, or materials.
Examples.
Efficient operation. Energy efficient appliances. The new washing machine is much more efficient than the old one.
Formal.
Following established, public, or official forms and conventions, often in a serious or somber manner.
Examples.
A formal festival. Formal request. The event required formal attire, so he wore a suit and tie.